Man, TPG, man, look, I want to thank all y'all. I want to thank all y'all for rocking with me. I hit 7K today. 7K. I've been wanting to do my YouTube thing for a long time, so I'm finna keep pushing, man. I know my consistency has been a little bad, but I'm doing a lot. My ranch, trucking, um, and I just got a lot going on. So, but I'm trying to be more consistent, y'all. Keep giving y'all the this good information because I feel like when I watch other videos, they say some of the stuff me and Promo talk about, but I don't think they really go as deep as we go sometimes. Maybe sometimes because they want to be safe, they don't want to burn any bridges, and I think sometimes some people are just not aware of what goes on behind closed doors. Um, so with that being said, this is my last time talking about these players that's leaving out unless they go to another school and they got some good positive stuff going on at another school. Unless somebody asks me something. But for the bigger portion of this, like this is my last video. We're gonna talk about this and then we're gonna talk about how we're gonna move forward, right? And so I need y'all help too in the comment section. I need y'all help. Um, where do y'all think some of these kids? What's going on? What's going on? Uh, what do y'all think some of these kids' landing spots might be? I see you. I see you checking in. What do y'all think Kennedy, the linebacker? I was high on Kennedy. You remember Kennedy, he came from Alabama. He ran like he could run like a running back. They actually even let him play running back at Alabama. I think he ran like a low 4.4, high 4.3. Um, where do y'all think he might end up landing? I think he might go closer to home. He might go to Auburn. Because remember, Auburn, the defense coordinator last year, Kelly, he was at Colorado. Now he's at Auburn now. So, and Kennedy is an Alabama kid, and then he'll get to play against Alabama. He can get to go against his old school in a rival game in the Orange in the what is it, Iron Bowl. So I think Kennedy might go to Auburn. He might go to UAB where he should be a standout guy. He should be the best person on the team. Um, and there might be some other small schools he might try to go to. I don't think he's going to try to go to a Miami or Syracuse or Georgia, any of these schools, LSU. I think he's going to go to a smaller school because I think this might be his last chance to really get some film out there so the NFL scouts can look at him. And you got to think about this, what's weighing through this man's mind. He got his high school coach that coached two linebackers. One linebacker that played for Alabama that went to the league. I think he's still in the league right now. He may be done. I'm not for sure. But I know he was a high NFL draft pick. And the high school coach was like, look, Kennedy is a way better athlete than I forgot the other guy's name. I think his name was like Moses or somebody that's linebacker from Alabama. They won like a national championship and all that kind of stuff around by that time when Derrick Henry was on the team. So your high school coach is telling you better than this guy, and you're watching this guy win the national championship. You're watching this guy play in the NFL. So you like, okay, it's on me to make it. I got the ability. I just gotta do what I gotta do to make it. So I want this kid to make the next move be his best move, and I hope he goes somewhere where he can showcase his talents. You're right. You can get into the port and get lost forever. And that's why I'm hoping these guys got a plan. And I don't know if y'all seen the video today when Shadur and Shiloh was talking, and they was talking about how, especially Shadur, a lot of guys are hitting him up in his DM. So he's talking to guys. So he's already let them know, do y'all fit our scheme? If you don't, and like how he said today, he was like, look, if you think you finna come here and run the ball, that's really not, Colorado is not the place for you. And see, that's what McCaskill thought. He thought he was going to come there and do some of the same stuff he did at Houston, but that ain't necessarily the case. So while we on that subject with McCaskill, where do y'all think McCaskill might go to? I think he might shock everybody and go back home, go back to Houston, Now Houston ran him all he wanted to get. I mean, they ran him to death. But the thing about going back to Houston, some of their linemen already done hit the portal. But if you go back to Houston, you a record breaking back in Houston. They might they might bring you back in with open arms, and he might be able to continue on to his records down there in Houston. Or he might go to, I think it's SMU, somebody that the Pony Express. I think he might go back to Texas. That's what I'm thinking. Let me see. I understand, but I don't really get your comment. You saying grass will only grow where you water it. Like the first two guys we talked about, they did their thing. Like from what I seen. Now I don't know all the ins and outs. And I saw a video today with Coach Saban, and Coach Saban was like really getting on the guy. Like he was yelling at the guy. He said, "I done told you 3 times today." And the reporter was asking him, "Why are you so hard on these guys?" And he was like, "I don't really see them being hard on them. They came here to get better. They came here so I could coach them up. Like this is the plan. You got to buy into the plan and play at a high level." And I think some of these guys on this list was trying to buy into the plan. I think one guy on this list was not buying into the plan. And I think some of the other guys that departed before really weren't buying into the plan. So I'm not putting this all on Coach Prime and Colorado, the staff, saying they fumbled a bag with these guys. I just think with McCaskill's situation, his expectations was he's going to come there and run the ball. And honestly, when he came there, when he was there and I seen Savion go there, I was kind of like, dang, I don't know what's going to happen with Savion. He might not be able to get his carries like how he did at Jackson. And last year he didn't get his carries, but it was a lot of other things going on with the offensive line, the tight end wasn't a real blocking tight end. So there's a lot of things going on. A lot of games they was down, so they were trying to throw the ball. So I could see how Savion, it didn't pan out for Savion. So it's not like somebody did something wrong. It was just a lot of pieces to the puzzle were not there yet for Savion to be successful. But I was looking at McCaskill like, dang, this is going to hurt my guy Savion, because I was high on Savion from Jackson. But once I started looking into what McCaskill was doing down there in Houston, how good he was and all this kind of stuff, I was like, okay, this guy's a game changer. And once I seen he was healthy this year, I was like, okay, it's time now. We finna see the whole package. And I felt a little bit last year he was ready to go, but they was kind of holding him back. And I was like, okay, well, Coach Prime trying to take it slow with him so he can, not rush himself and get hurt again, right? So I'm looking at all this stuff. I'm trying not to be critical on no sides. I'm just letting it play out. But I think that's why they asked for the red shirt, because last year they was starting to get frustrated. He was like, let me go ahead and get this red shirt so I won't have to lose a year. And I think right now he's looking at it was some of the same stuff I'm doing. Like, we're not seeing any stories about him not doing what he's not supposed to do. But it's just so much talent in the room, he's not going to be able to get the carries that he want to get. So he's like, okay, him and his dad just made the decision. Let's just go ahead and leave. Like, and he hasn't been a fan favorite. I don't understand that he hasn't been a fan favorite at all. Like, I watched his Instagram today, and I think he got less than 10,000 followers on Instagram. So people never really got behind him, but he's a quiet guy. He stayed off to himself. And I even seen on his Instagram today, because he still got the Colorado stuff up. Like, he didn't just take it all down. It's still up on his page. I seen some pictures with him and his girlfriend, fiance, whoever, and it was a nice photo shoot. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, a lot of dudes in college, especially when you the man, you breaking records, you ain't really trying to showcase your girl because you kind of want to be able to play. He got his girl on Front Street with him on the Instagram, and you can see they rocking out with each other kind of the same way with Travis and his girl. So I'm like, damn, he kind of the same way. Like, he ready to be a family man and blah, blah, blah. He just seemed like a good kid. So for him to leave, I don't think it was he wasn't watering the grass. I just think it was too many good guys in the same room, and he felt the pressure because he believes this is last year. So I understand why he left. Let me see. Oh, you said didn't coach say the last game after the season ended they needed to run more? You're right. He look, Coach Prime keeps saying they're gonna run more. He's saying he want to run, but and that's my only criticism. If you're gonna throw the ball, you know you're gonna throw the ball. Let these running backs know, hey, we finna add this thing out. Like we finna add this thing out, and don't let a guy come there and waste. Because a lot of coaches do this, and it might not be Coach Prime. It could be a recruiter. You got some recruiters that they recruit to fill their quotas and to make a splash, but the guy you bringing in here really don't fit the scheme. But this looks good on your resume, and it helps the team, but it could hurt the player because this player's on the team like as a great backup. He's a great fallback plan, but and I'm not. That's not necessarily Coach Prime's fault. You want to get as much talent on your team as possible because even having a guy like this on your team, it helps the defense out. It helps your defense get better. So if he's not starting throughout the week at practice, say if they play against another good back, they can say, hey, go down there and run some plays for him to show him how these plays are gonna fit up. Because you can show them the real kind of speed and the looseness of the back that we about to face. If they go against a bigger back, they can tell Mike to go down there and be like, look, show him, hey, run hard, boom, 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 do this. We got some lead plays for you running inside the tackles. You can let him go down there and get a defensive look. If they playing against a little small, jittery bug running back that's fast, that do a lot of screens, they might let Dylan go down there and show him, get a defensive look. So having different backs in your team is good because you never know what kind of situation you're gonna run into, and you never know how many guys gonna get hurt, who's gonna get suspended off the team. You always want a healthy room of whatever position it is. But when a guy's trying to go to the league and you know that's his goals, I feel like try to put him in his best position. And to tell a guy you got to compete for the star position with guys that's younger than him when they on the same level, I could see if the guys that was younger than him was better. But when they on the same level, you let the senior you give it to him and it's his job to lose. That's how they normally do it. And let me see. We gonna hit on what school y'all think Camardi's gonna end up going to. Kamani. McLean. What school y'all think he gonna end up? I think FSU, Miami, or Oregon. That's what I think. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments. Oh, they ran the freshman the entire season. Yeah, I see the same thing you see. Like they ran the freshman the most. Like when Dylan Edwards had that first game and he had them 3 or 4 touchdowns that first game, it kind of like put him in that permanent #1 spot. And I don't know, man. I like Dylan, but he got time. He got time. Let him do special teams. A freshman, most freshmen are happy with just getting plays, getting on the field, getting 5 or 6 plays a game. They happy with that. You don't have to have a freshman out there the whole time because they won't transfer. But like right now, if you got a senior or a junior and they don't think they're gonna get time, they out of there. They out of there. And sometimes you might want some people to leave out. Maybe they freed up some scholarships. So some of these guys they had gave preferred walk-ons to, they can get them a scholarship. Uh, let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jay. I could tell Alton was on a different level, man. And if we all see Alton was on a different level, why are we acting like he shouldn't be running back one? That's the only part I don't like about it. Um, and the tight end, I don't know where that tight end should go. Like, he never really showed me a lot. I think he should go to a smaller school like App State, TSU with Eddie George, because Eddie George might have some connects. Or he might need to go to a team, whichever team, when he was on Cincinnati, because he scored like 5 touchdowns. Whichever team he had the best game against, he should contact that coach. Because if he had a great game against him, that coach will remember him killing him. So that coach that he scored maybe a touchdown or 2 touchdowns or had a big play on, that coach know what he's capable of doing. And he's like, okay, I know what we can do with you. We can use you on these plays because this is how you beat us. So I hope he goes to a team where he can showcase his talent. Like I'm all Colorado. I want Colorado to make it to the championship game and win 55-3. Right? That's what I want. But I'm a football fan. I love the game. I love the game. And I was a player at one time, so I feel for these players. I know how you've been wanting this ever since you was 10 years old. Now you 21, 22, and this is your last hoorah, and you looking at your, like, if I don't get on the field this year, all my dreams, I'm finna have to go work at. I'm gonna have to go work at Best Buy. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys like, coach, just give me a chance to be great. Just give me a chance. And some of these guys, I don't think they were going to be great, but I know they would have helped us win. I feel like every one of them would have helped us win. Now, if McLean was a distraction, guys that's a distraction, guys that's not buying in all the way, yeah, you got to get rid of them. Because you got to spend so much time explaining why this person is not here or why this person did that, and it throws off the rhythm of the room. It throws off some stuff you had planned because now you got to make other calls. They ain't show in. We got to go find these guys. Like, it's just, I ain't saying he did all this, but I've been on teams where you had guys that was super talented and they was always getting in trouble. So they'll miss the bus. You know, they late to the meetings. You can see they smell their eyes red, smelling like smoke. And it's just like, bro, you don't even care. Like, and it kind of brings down the morale on the team. I appreciate the 10 likes. We're going to light the tiger up. We're going to light it up. See, can I light it up? Yeah, let's light it up. Appreciate the 10 likes. Now, I will say this about Colorado, y'all. I will say this. The team has upgraded. Even though we lost 30 players, y'all can tell the team that we have right now is a better team than what we had last year. Like, with my eye, just with what I see with my eyes, it's a better team. And we still got a bunch of guys that have not touched the campus yet. We still got probably like 12 more guys that's coming in that's gonna help us. Some high school guys and some portal guys. So the team has gotten better. I wonder what new guys that's hitting the portal will Coach Prime land. Because you got to remember, we got a whole nother week right before the portal close. I think the portal closed 3 days after the spring game. So we got a whole nother week. So you got a lot of guys gonna pop in the portal after this. Like Syracuse, I think they have their spring game this week, I think. But I'm starting to notice some of the teams I'm following, like UCLA. I said they didn't have not one guy to hit the portal, but they just had the guy to hit the portal late last night. But he's already a guy that came from USC. So he's already a traveling guy. So he might be a guy with issues too. He might have just bad work ethic. He might be a guy that is disruptive. He might be a guy that don't want to do his schoolwork or something. So when guys transfer multiple times, it's kind of like you kind of wonder like why. And then Coach Prime he hit on that too. He said like he hoped McLean goes somewhere and make it work this time, because once you already move one time, that's not. If you start moving to your third school and all that, it's not just the school. It's some of that's you. Some of that's you. I mean, and it could be not that you a bad player. It could be you went to a school and you misjudged the talent that was on that school, and now you can't beat these guys out. Or you went to a school that likes to run the ball, and you're a deep threat wide receiver. You probably not gonna get the catches that you want at this school, because they like Penn State. Penn State, they just had a wide receiver hit the portal, and they was talking about him about opening up the offense last year, and the head coach was just like, that ain't what we do. Like we play safe ball. If we see a shot, we gonna take it, but we not just gonna take a shot just to take a shot. So if you got a quarterback that's like a Brett Favre, or you got a wide receiver that's a Deshaun Jackson that loves to beat people deep, if they go to Penn State, they're gonna be frustrated right now, because he really don't. He's so conservative. He's not gonna really open it up so these guys can showcase their skills. And I'm finna get to y'all in the comments. I'm gonna let y'all take off. Hey, Deshaun Foster, he was keeping all his players, but one just hit the portal. What's going on, Diggs? Hey, you fell asleep last night? Yeah, we went on kind of long last night. I didn't know we were gonna be on that long. Shiloh has been to 3 schools, but the reason why he's been to 3 schools is because he's following his dad. Like, Shiloh would have stayed at South Carolina, but once his dad started coaching, that's because he was playing, I think, his freshman year at South Carolina. And I had a debate with a guy about that the other day, and the guy was like, he ain't do nothing at South Carolina. I'm like, man, you crazy. Like, you need to go watch that game when he played against Auburn. Like, he was putting the hardwood on people. No diddy. He was putting the hardwood on people on the sideline. I think he hit Bo Nix real hard. Like, and he was a freshman. So it wasn't like he couldn't get on the field in the SEC. He just transferred to go play with his dad. And like, he wanted to stay at Jackson. Once his dad left and the people started trying to fight him at Jackson and all that kind of stuff, I think they were throwing bottles at him at a restaurant or something. I heard about that. So it was just like, okay, it really ain't safe for you down there, son. Bring your ass on, graduate, and bring your ass on. Like, y'all trying to hang out and be cool, but some people started targeting them, so they had to get up out of there. What you mean, Brian? You say Kamani was a 5-star. We had like Colorado had Alabama talent. Like, we not saying he wasn't good enough to play. What the message is, he wasn't buying in, and that's what Nick Saban was talking about. You got to have players that's gonna buy in to your program, and buying in means you want to be around the team. Like, you coming into everything with a good spirit, you put your best foot forward, and you could kind of see with McLean, like, he was there, but he wasn't loving everything. Like, he was kind of like moping along with it. He wasn't just jumping in, trying to be his best version. Was he willing to play, and was he gonna play at a high level? I think he was, but I think he wanted to do it on his terms. So, now, I could be wrong about that, but I think just looking at his body language, I think he wanted to do it on his terms. Now, I pulled a muscle in my side today. Lord have mercy. Um, but the only thing we can do is keep moving forward, y'all. So I'm gonna hit on some other topics moving forward, talk about different sports and stuff like that. And I want to talk about Syracuse. I want to talk about Georgia State. And this is the thing a lot of people got to understand. I'm never hating on Coach Prime, but Coach Prime puts this information out here. So now we have something to digest, to break down, to talk about. These other schools won't give us this. And I'm going to tell you why a lot of these other schools won't give us this. Some of these other schools are doing stuff dirty as hell, like way dirtier than what. Got some people saying Coach Prime doing players wrong, like favoritism and stuff like that. You always gonna have your favorites. Even with your own kids, you're gonna have your favorites. But most times your favorites are the people that's doing what you ask them to do. So that means those are the people that's buying in, right? But sometimes you just like people for whatever reason. Just as soon as they walk in the room, they just catch your attention. But it's a lot of schools that do a lot of dirty stuff to people all the time, y'all. All the time. And we would have a lot more stories to talk about if Oregon opened up their practices and everything so we could see what's really going on. Man, we'll have so much to talk about. If Georgia opened up their practices and their locker room, man, we'll have, like, you remember that old Florida team? Cam Newton was talking about that. He was like, man, that team was so crazy and wild, and like we would have so much to talk about. The reason why Coach Prime is able to open up and show all the stuff that's going on with Colorado is because he's trying to run a clean program. And that's why I respect Coach Prime, because to me, I feel like he's trying to do it the right way. I feel like he's trying to do it the right way. Do I agree with everything he does? No, I don't. I don't agree with hell. I done had girlfriends that I love to death, wives that I love, and I ain't agree with everything they did. So it is what it is. Like, but I'm thankful that Coach Prime opened it up like this, so we will have something to talk about and to look at, and it's helping him grow. It's helping Colorado grow. Like all these other schools I'm talking about, like let's say like Syracuse. Syracuse might do good. I like some of the moves they're making, but they're making it behind the scenes, right? So they're not going to generate the same amount of money that Colorado's going to generate. They're not going to, because they're not going to build a fan base. That's why when I do a video about Syracuse, it only get like 700 views, 300 views, because the fan base is just like me. If I don't post in a week or two, the next time I post, I won't have as many views. But when I post like my third, fourth, fifth time, my views start going up because people say, okay, he's back. They get used to you. So Syracuse and all these other schools, they're not posting. It's going to be harder for them to grow as fast as Colorado. Like we got to take our hats off to Coach Prime for what he's done so far with Colorado. Like he's did a 360 with his team, and he's not done yet. He's not done. He's still got like another 5 more months to bring in like 2 or 3 more key pieces that could help them dominate. Like he ain't just trying to win; he's trying to dominate. So I believe they got their eye on some people. I believe some people are already, because like even Shiloh said he started doing it. He started talking to some guys or whatever. So there's some guys that want to come. And I mean, honestly, on defense, they look way better than they looked last year. Way better. I saw a play today at practice, and we're gonna talk about that. Me and Promo gonna try to talk about that later on tonight. I seen a play at practice. I don't know if the linebackers ran a blitz play and they crossed, but first I was about to get on Bentley, but 25 came across, Wester. He came across and he scratched the play out, and the defensive end, I think the guy that came from LSU, Wiggins, I think he made the play, and he was talking trash to Dylan. So you got to look at, that's Dylan Edwards. You got a big defensive end running down Dylan Edwards. Like, that's different. That's some nice speed for a big guy like that. And then for Webster to come from the backside and make it to where Dillon couldn't cut back, like our defense is getting better. It's getting better. So I don't know if Bentley messed up and Webster covered for him, or did Bentley go where he's supposed to win and it was an automatic cross. They was actually doing a cross, but the defense still didn't have any gaps. That's the main thing. The defense didn't have no gaps. Last year they was running all over us, and once we got in the game, we saw why. I mean, every team could run over us if they wanted to last year. So this year I can just tell our defense is already getting better. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments. Let me see. Oh yeah, I was kind of mad last night, man. I'm good now because I wanted McCaskill to do his thing, man. I wanted him to do his thing, and I wanted Travis and McLean to really be them 5-star guys. So the next 5-star DB come out of high school would say, shit, them 2 5-star guys went there and they balled out. I'm going too. Why would I mess up the rhythm when I done seen 2 guys go there and it worked for them? I'm finna go there too. I wanted to continue that, right? I wanted to continue that. And now with McLean leaving, now the next 5-star, he might be like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go there. Because you got to remember, Coach Prime was getting these cornerbacks off the strength that he was the best cornerback of all time. He's going to develop you. So when I saw that happen, I'm like, damn, losing some of our credibility. So I was mad about McLean. Then when McCaskill came back, and I felt this last year, I felt it. I'm like, man, he going to transfer. He going to transfer. And here we go. So that's why I was mad, because I'm seeing it happen. So I'm like, if I'm seeing it happen, they ain't seeing it happen, or maybe they just feel like, well, we got so much talent, he can go if he want to go. I'm finna do it my way. We're not finna do it his way. So that's why I was mad, man. Let me see. Let me get to these comments. You saying Syracuse going to the playoffs? I don't know. Like, right now, I think you being a fan right now. I think you being a fan right now because we ain't seen nothing from Syracuse. We ain't seen nothing. We don't know if there's good play going on right now. We don't know how the offensive line doing. We don't know nothing. We don't know if the transfers coming in, are they gelling right? Unless you know something I don't know. I want Syracuse to do good, but when you say playoffs, what kind of playoffs you talking about? Because I don't think they're gonna beat Florida State. I don't think Syracuse got the dogs to keep up with Florida State right now. And I don't know about Duke either. The reason why people would go to Colorado with 1 or 2 years left of eligibility because he got rid of all those guys. That first year, they got rid of like 60-something players. So the cover was bare. So now you knew, okay, if I go to Colorado, I got a strong chance of playing because they don't even really got enough guys on the team. You say you're an Orange man at heart, but you love Dion. You say it's his assistant coaches. A head coach can only do so much. I mean, a head coach can only do so much, but players are players too, man. Some players, you can give a player everything you want to give them, and they still don't want to do right. And then some systems just don't work for some players. some mindsets. And that's the one thing I try to tell other parents. When if you got a child that's good in a sport, and when they start looking at these schools, don't just go to any school. I mean, you want to go to the school with your major, but if you plan on playing a lot, and a lot of people don't understand this, these scholarships are not guaranteed in all the conferences. Some of them are only guaranteed for 1 year. So if you don't do what you're supposed to do, them coaches don't have to they don't have to renew your scholarship. But what happens is every time a guy don't graduate from a school, it goes against some kind of score. So it'll bring the school score down. So they try to keep guys on because they don't want to lose whatever. They can lose scholarships and stuff if a lot of guys don't graduate. If their graduation rate fall so low. And that's why some guys that got the size, but they not that athletic, end up making it on some teams because they need some guys that really want to graduate to keep their score up. Let me see what you're talking about. You said they got good enough money to get great assistants. Last year, he thought he had great assistants, but it didn't pan out. You had a bunch of head coaches. You had a defense coordinator for Alabama. So last year, they went all out for their assistants. He went from what the time span that he had, he got a lot of good guys. Now, he got some of his homies on the team, too, but they've been with him for years, and he can trust them. Sometimes trust is big, especially when you're in a world like what Coach Prime is in, when you got so much media and people around you. If something go on behind the scenes, people that's waiting on your downfall, they could leak some of this stuff. Because there's always something going on. And as a head coach, sometimes stuff can go on that is not even under your control, and they'll still pin it on you like you're doing something wrong. Let me see. The reason why people keep thinking Prime can develop DBs is because he had to play good technique. Like you don't become a good cornerback by having sloppy technique. So it's just certain things that you like. T.O. was talking about it one time. He was talking about when he make his plants. He's like, how hard they want you to plant, you think your leg gonna break. He was like, but after you do it a few times, you realize, okay, my leg is not gonna break. But like how many people can really teach you that unless they've already been through it? You know, if y'all see Coach Prime his fingers, and y'all see how his toes was messed up, like he sacrificed a lot for the game, and I think that's what a lot of these kids don't understand, and a lot of these parents don't understand. When you are a boxer, when you playing sports, even baseball players and wrestlers and stuff, you have scars that's gonna be with you for the rest of your life for playing these games, especially if you play at a high level. You're gonna have scar tissue and ligament tears and bone spurs. You're gonna have a lot of stuff, man. You have plates in your leg and screws. Coach Prime was a student of the game when he played. He talked about that a lot. He talked about how he would study coverages and all that kind of stuff. And that's why he could play against Jerry Rice so good, because he understood the formations. Okay, if you over here, you can only run one or two routes. So he wasn't biting on Jerry Rice fakes as much because he knew where he should be. Based on this wide receiver doing this, you got to run this, or this. Like with your two steps and 3-step drops and all this kind of stuff. A quick set. Like, as a defensive back, if they doing a quick set, He's only gonna run too many routes. If he's doing 3-step back, he's gonna do this. I think it's like a 7-step or a 5-step drop. They're going long, or they're trying to run a screen. So as a now Dion, he studied a lot, man. He studied a lot. Now you're right, but to make it to the playoffs, you say no Florida State, no Clemson, no North Carolina. You talking about Syracuse? Y'all schedule is amazing. That's true, but to make it to the playoffs, you're gonna have to play against Clemson or Florida State or North Carolina or Duke in that championship game. You can't get it, or Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech making some waves too, so you can't get around that. Now, next year, 2025, when Florida State and Clemson lead the conference, yeah, y'all might be the dogs. But as of right now, just be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. You should be quiet right now. Y'all got enough noise happening over there. Y'all got a good recruiting class, but we ain't seen nothing yet. At least wait till after the spring game before you start talking. Say in the era of football, they don't coach. They don't coach. Coaches let them freshmen play. We're gonna talk about that. Okay, I see what you're saying. They let the freshmen play 5 games, then they redshirt them. Now you're right. Because now the players get to get a taste of it. They get to get some film. The coaches get to evaluate them in some live competition. And now they don't lose a year. It used to be, I think if you played 3 games, you couldn't get redshirted. Now they upped it to 5 games. So that's pretty good. So you think the backup quarterback gonna leave after the spring game? I'm gonna say this. All right, so let's say this. Is our backup quarterback a pro type quarterback? I can't say his name, so I ain't even gonna do it. So, do y'all think he's a pro? Do y'all think he got a chance when Shadur leaves to take over and be drafted in the NFL draft, starting for 1 year for Colorado with all the weapons that we have? Do you think he can lead Colorado to a high bowl game or to the playoffs and get drafted? If your mind says no, that means Coach Prime is trying to find a better guy. He's trying to find a better guy. So if he transfer out, I wouldn't be mad. I would understand, because you want to play some college ball. You want to be able to show your kids some tape of you playing college ball. You don't want to just say I played for that school and don't never have no tape. So I wouldn't be mad if he transferred. I would understand. I'm not wrong. We can both be right at the same time. Prime was a generational athlete. He was. But he also studied the game. He was a student of the game. Like Coach Prime is a smart guy. You can kind of tell how he's doing what he's doing now. He's a smart guy. He's not just doing anything willy-nilly. Everything is calculated. Like that pick he got against San Francisco. He breaks it down one time about a pick he got against San Francisco when he high stepped down. He got against the Falcons. He was playing for San Francisco. He go look at this highlight. He was playing for San Francisco. He picked off a ball in the Georgia Dome and high stepped down the sideline. 2 things happened in that play that a lot of people don't know about. He saw the play that they was running. He said they had ran it like 2 times before that. So the third time he knew it was about to happen. So he jumped the route. That's being a student of the game, understanding what's going on. The second thing that happened on that play, he pulled his hamstring that play. But because he a showman, he still did his dance and all that kind of stuff because he had done it for so many years in Atlanta. And he was running so fast, he didn't want nobody to run him down. He pulled his hamstring. But he didn't let the crowd know he pulled his hamstring. He couldn't show no weakness, you know. Showboat and all you want to say, he couldn't show no weakness. So Prime, he is a generational talent. But when you prepare and you get yourself ready, that's when you become that next level gold jacket kind of guy. And like, it's another video when he was talking to one of the younger guys at Baltimore, and they was running a blitz play, and Coach Prime posted a blitz, and he told the young guy, "Hey, you want this sack?" Because they knew everything was going, because they studied the film. They knew what was going to happen. Coach Prime didn't blitz. The other guy went in there and blitzed, and Rex Round like, "What the hell was that?" But he didn't get mad because they still got the sack, but it supposed to be Coach Prime's sack. But the other guy was coming up on a contract year. Prime was like, "Look, this is my last year. I'm out of here. I don't need these. I don't need these statistics. I'll let you have it." So that again shows where he's not selfish. He gave something to somebody else because, you know, okay, this will benefit you way more than it's gonna benefit me. And I don't want to hurt myself right now running in there. I'm old. I already got a messed up toe. So I can't go with you on that. Coach Prime, he studied. He talk about that a lot, about him studying. Hold on, I got a super chat. I got to go to the super chat, y'all. Hold on, this. You crystal balling Herring. Who is Herring? Oh, shoot. Hold on, y'all. I'm up there. Hold on, y'all. My phone about to die. My phone about to die. Hold on. I gotta get some juice on here. All right, we got some juice. It's 6'3", 230-pound linebacker, 2023 stats, 80 tackles. First college visit is CU tomorrow. Is this the guy from that went to Michigan? I've heard this name before, but I can't think of where. Is this the guy that went to Michigan and then he went to the school in North Carolina, the 49ers, Charlotte 49ers? Is that the guy? Let me know yes or no. Is this the linebacker that's coming from? He went to Michigan first. I don't know if he played in Michigan last year. I don't know. I've heard of his name though. Harrington. And I'm gonna say this. I watched a little bit of the practice. You say nope. He went to Tennessee. Damn, Barry, you on it, Barry? Yeah, you see how their stats almost met. They almost the same height, almost the same weight, and almost the same amount of tackles. I never heard of. Well, maybe I did see him at Tennessee because I was following a little bit of Tennessee last year. Elijah. I'll check him out. So he's sitting down with Coach Prime. And I'm going to say this, y'all. I don't know what it is about Bentley. When he take on his blockers, he cannot get off his blockers fast. I'm watching him. He get absorbed. He get ate up by the blockers too much. He a strong guy. I mean, he looked real strong in the weight room. In high school, he looked real big. But he can't get off these blockers. Now, see, this is the thing about it. If these guys start at other schools and they come to Colorado and don't start, that's when it's going to get ugly. I'm not in love with Prime, man. I'm just calling baller, striker, strike. I can't say Prime the coach is mid tier. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna tell you why I can't say he's a mid tier coach. He went to the SWAC and was the coach of the year twice, and he had his team undefeated the second year. What is his third year there? Because he played that little partial season. Then he went on the run, man. He turned that conference upside down. And now we got to remember. We have to remember. Now he had a cheat code in his back pocket. He had his sons on his team. So he know these guys better than he know anybody else. And he brought some coaches in with him. He brought a few other players with him that he kind of already knew. So he has some stuff in his favor that a lot of coaches don't have. Most coaches don't have their son as their quarterback. So it's like y'all speaking the same language. And you got a son on offense and defense, so y'all can have deep conversations on the way home. So now you got a better understanding of what y'all lacking and what y'all need. And he got ears inside the locker room all the time. Because even if Coach Prime your daddy and you run players on the team, they can't fake it if they like your daddy or not, or if they happy with what's going on or not. Eventually it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out in some of these conversations, and when you eating breakfast, when you on the plane, you loading up on the bus, sometimes on the way home, it's gonna come out. Because when people get in their feelings, they're gonna say how they really feel. So Coach Prime has benefited from getting all this information from his sons and from the other coaches that he know. But look how he's changed Colorado so fast. Like, name me another coach besides what Nick Saban did to Alabama. Like, Nick Saban is the only other guy I've seen come into a program and just set the city on fire like this. Name me another coach that took a team that was 1-11 and he had the whole world watching them. And right now, we still waiting again. We still thinking, like, people still saying they might go undefeated. Name me another coach that gives, like, it ain't another coach, but maybe Kirby right now, that people think they team can go undefeated for real. Now, you might have a few delusional Syracuse guys in the comment section. You might have a few. Look, I'm rocking with y'all, Syracuse. I hope y'all win 8 games this year. I hope y'all have a good showing. But y'all know what it is, man. That up north, it's hard to get talent up north. So y'all got to learn how to keep all y'all players up north, and y'all got to learn how to out-compete with some of these ACC and SEC schools to grow your program. Coach Prime, I don't know how he's doing it, but he's competing with these. I think what Coach Prime is doing, when he went to Jackson, he had to find innovative ways to get players there. He had to learn how to look for the diamonds in the rough. So I think he kind of still got them same glasses on. So he's able to find guys that a lot of these Georgia coaches and SEC coaches that will look over. And if you see Reese Press, that's how you say his name. He already know how to find diamonds in the rough because he was a recruiting coordinator for HBCU. So a lot of guys that they won't just walk into your school with open arms at HBCU. You got to find guys that's good, but they didn't get all the offers that they thought they was gonna get. And now when they look at your school, they say, "Well, shit, this is a good deal for me because I'm gonna go to a Bluegrass College, or I can go to Colorado, or I'm gonna have to go to JUCO to get me some more film. I just go to Colorado." So I feel like Coach Prime did a great job, man. And not just trying to be no Coach Prime fan. Like, name me another coach that's done this. What's going on, Raylan? I appreciate the sticker, Raylan. What's going on, Miss Me? I mean, Big Ray gonna be on somebody's draft board one day. Big Ray. Oh yeah, you're right. The Bear did do that a long time ago. They said the Bear could take a sorry team and beat his old team. They say he was nice like that, and I think he was the only person that got rid of a whole squad, just like Dion too, and brought in a whole bunch of new guys. I think he did the same thing. No, I don't think McCaskill. I don't think he used Colorado because he wanted to play last year. They wouldn't let him play. If he could have played last year, if he had a good run, he probably could have left and went to the NFL this year. Because remember, last year, technically he was a junior last year. So if they gave him a raw last year, he might would have been out of the way right now. He might would have went into the draft. But he didn't want to wait around and find out that he might not play again this year. Hey, how many Louis bags does Colorado got left? Now this is the thing about that. The original Louis is still intact. Let me see. The original Louis was Shiloh and Shadur and Tyler Brown, Savion. Well, Savion wasn't a part of the original Louis. He came a little later. Amado, and Travis Hunter. Like, that was the original Louis right there. That was the original Louis. So everybody on that list is still here. Everybody that came on that list. But since then, he's added a little Gucci on the list. You know, he added a little Gucci here and there. He got them Western brothers. That's the more Gucci he done brought in. And I think these wide receivers that's coming here, the guy from Vanderbilt and the guy from Texas, from TCU, that's that Gucci package right there. And these linemen that he brought in, that's that Gucci. All these linemen that came in, these D linemen, the offensive line. So, yeah, the Louis is still intact, but the Gucci, that Gucci bag is what you really want now. The Gucci bag gonna put us over the top. Now we just trying to get a little Chanel. Trying to get a little Chanel right now. on the second wave of the portal. We should be real good. What you talking about? You ain't worried. Deion fans forever lying. Stop the cap. What I'm capping about? At like, is Deion selfish? Deion might be self-centered, but I'm gonna tell you what I learned about this world, man. When you try to be nice to a lot of people in this world, people burn you. So a lot of people learn how to put themselves first, so they won't get burnt. And they like he done work good for Deion. Look, I've been a nice guy, and I'm okay, but I'm not great. Uh, why you want to see Coach Prime on the recruiting trail? You know that man having all kind of issues with blood clots and stuff like that. He need to be somewhere. If something happened to him, he can get some medical attention. Are we forgetting about that? Like, that's part of the reason why he don't go on the road as much, because it happened to him at Jackson where he started having issues and stuff. Because he got to take them blood thinners and all that stuff. Excuse me. So that if the man got medical issues, you want him to risk his life trying to fly to go talk to some guys that might not even commit? If they come see you, like if you, okay, let's do it like this right here. If you got a real sexy date and they say, look, I can't come to you, I can't come meet you, can you come pick me up? If this date real sexy, you going over there to pick that date up. You going over there. And ladies know this too. Ladies, if it's a real nice looking man, and he say, look, I'm having some car trouble. I want to go out with you tonight, but you're gonna have to come pick me up. I bet you're gonna go pick him up. So if you know somebody got something that you want, you willing to travel to go see them. So now when Prime's starting to deal with some of these players, if they come to see him, he know, okay, I can get this guy a little bit more attention because they willing, the whole family buying in. Now, and this is why I was mad the other day, Diggs. This is why I was mad the other day. Because we got two families that bought in. Two families that I know that brought in. McLean mom, she went out there with him. She brought in McCaskill. They bought in. And it didn't pan out for them. So, for some of the parents that was already a little nervous, that don't look good. That don't look good. And if Coach Prime want to have that Mount Rushmore, he want to be on the mountain back there, his pitch on the mountain, he got to have parents that believe in him. Like you remember when that mama got mad with her son when he decided to go to Florida instead of going to Alabama? She believed in Nick Saban so bad, she wanted him to go to Alabama. So he decided to go to Florida. And I remember that guy ended up transferring from Florida, I think last year. He transferred from Florida, so it didn't work for him in Florida. The mama was like, go to Coach Saban because he has everything under control. You're gonna be on a better like structure over here. He wanted to go to Florida. So it is what it is. But sometimes parents, they make a better decision for you. What the heck is this? Somebody trying to hook to my Bluetooth. Somebody Bluetooth device trying to hook to my phone. Who the hell doing that? You said the red lights been flashing in Boulder. What you mean by that? What you mean the red lights been flashed? So we can't. It's no such thing as all green lights. You got to always stop and look and be a little cautious. That's called a caution light, you know. Now you're right, Cox. Alton could be a Heisman candidate. And that's all right. Let's say this, and this is for my man in the comment section that think I'm just a Deion lover, and I can't. When Savion was at Jackson and he started getting close to making it to 1,000 yards on the season, a lot of people started saying Shadur put up some good numbers, but I think Savion is the offensive MVP. Shadur is the team MVP, but I think Savion is the offensive MVP. So it's like a lot of people felt like Coach Prime didn't like that. He wanted all the spotlight to be on Shadur. But as a coach, you gotta love that. And so that's the only part I feel like with I kind of feel like they want to pass the ball so much, he overlooked McCaskill for the stats, man. Like a touchdown shouldn't matter if it come on the ground, come in the air. But I think for Coach Prime, it does matter. And that's the one criticism I have. Because if it come in the air, Shadur is getting the stat line that they want. And that's the only thing I don't like about it. So you happy now? Let me see what you're talking about, Barry. Hayden. I don't know Hayden. 5'10", 205, running back from Ohio State. Iron Texas A&M. Colorado. See, Barry, I think unless he a pass catching wide receiver, a pass catching running back, if he like a Marshall Faulk, if he a dual threat running back where you can throw the ball to him, yeah, I can see him coming to Colorado. But like the guy that just left Georgia, Mentor, he a hard running back. Since ATM came in there, ATM kind of took the spotlight, so he jumped into the transfer portal. He even scored in the spring game. And that's what DJ Promo keeps saying. Why these guys keep leaving before the spring game, they should stay and at least get some film. At least get some film like the guy did, what's the guy? Lamonius Craig, that guy that had a great spring game for Colorado and then he transferred out. DJ Promo was like they should stay and have a great spring game and then transfer out. But what if you get hurt? What if you get hurt? And I would put myself in a portal and say, hey, I'm interested, and I would stay on the team and I would continue to practice. I would do that too. So now you can get more film and you could have a change of heart. I was about to transfer my last school I went to. I was about to transfer, but I had a change of heart and I stayed. Colorado used him. They held him running down on special teams, but yeah, Jersey. Yeah. Oh, you talking about Colorado used Alton on special teams? That ain't how you want to be used if you're a running back. Now you right about that. The line was trash. He could have got hurt. But I'm gonna say it wasn't all the line. I think it was more of the tight end. The tight end was the biggest problem. I think if they'd have put another offensive lineman at tight end, we could have ran the ball better. But it would have messed the offense up. So that's why they couldn't do that. Mikey missed a lot of blocks last year. And that's why we couldn't run the ball a lot. I'm telling y'all. I was breaking down the film watching it. Hey, I'm real far behind. I gotta catch up with y'all. That was the Louis bag got them boys winning 4 games. Hey, but watch what that Gucci gonna do. Watch what the Gucci gonna do. So the Gucci plus the Louis, that's 8 games. That's 8. 4 on 4, that's 8. And if we get some Chanel right here on it, if we get the linebacker that my man was talking about, if we get this linebacker that Barry was talking about, and we get this linebacker, we get a real crazy tight end. I'm talking about a crazy tight end. Yeah, see, Alton dad did the same thing Coach Prime would do. And that's the reason why, I don't know if y'all remember when LeVar Ball was had his boys coming up, and a lot of people like his dad is in the way, his dad is in the way. Because his dad is not gonna back down. His dad gonna talk to these coaches. They all grown men. They gonna have conversations. And if the dad feels slighted, his dad gonna say, okay, it's time to go. It's time to go, son. And Coach Prime, you remember when Coach Prime said that about that coach? And they went to that camp and the guy wouldn't talk to Shadur and he was like his personal and all that kind of stuff. That's what a dad does. A dad try to protect his kids. So that's the thing that I don't like about this whole situation is I don't feel like his dad should have had to protect him. He trusted Coach Prime. He went there to help Coach Prime. So that's the thing that I don't like about this whole situation. Like I want that joint to work so bad, man. I wanted to work so bad because if you got so much talent on the team, that's how you end up winning championships. Like if you look at them great Alabama teams, them great Florida teams, you start looking at how many of them dudes played. They had multiple tight ends, multiple running backs. Them not Alabama, Miami teams. They had all the running backs they had on that team. Like you got to be smart enough to make it work for all this talent you got on your team. You got to be delicate with everybody. You can't treat everybody the same. I know you want to treat everybody the same, but people are different. Michael Debose, 6'5", 300-pound offensive lineman, high school player. That's a 2025 prospect. So he's set to visit Colorado too right now. Okay. Is that the big dude that's coming from Florida? I think that's that big dude that came. Is that? I hope that's him. Now, this is a thing that Colorado got to do, y'all. And a lot of people ain't seeing this, but they either got to land a top quarterback right now. Underwood, he already committed. Juju, like we ain't heard nothing about that quarterback Taylor, I think, that was out of Georgia, that 4-star guy. We ain't heard nothing about him no more. But we got to land a big quarterback to make these players come in here. The reason why a lot of these players come in here, remember what Jordan said. I want to block for Shadur. I want to block for Shadur. Even Savion Washington got his transferring out. He was like, he got to get back to block for Shadur. So if you got a good quarterback, players want to play with him. Offensive linemen, wide receivers, they want to play with him for sure. And defensive players, they want to play that because they know you're going to put points on the board. We're going to get back on the field soon. Like, we're going to be playing with a lead, so the other team going to have to pass the ball. So that means I can get more sacks, I can get more picks. Like, when you got a good quarterback, you bring the team morale up. So I wonder why they not showing these backup quarterbacks that much. Are they not showing them because they don't want to shop them and they hit the portal and somebody kind of reach out to them, and because another player can reach out to them and try to get them to transfer to their school if they see them doing good? Man, we got like 3 good wide receivers down here. We need you. You can come over here and start for us right now. Our quarterback trash. So they could be not showing these guys because they don't want to put no film out on them, or they could be mediocre and ain't really a lot of stuff to show. So we got to land another big time quarterback because we can say what we want to say about how Coach Prime can recruit and all this kind of stuff. The era of Coach Prime being the guy because he got the gold jacket, that's starting to diminish now. Now we finna start going off his coaching record. We finna start going off of his body of work as a coach. And as a coach, the thing that helps you the most is having a great quarterback on your team. If you got a great quarterback on your team, you can build around him. And when Shadur leave, I don't know what's gonna happen, y'all. I don't know what's gonna happen. What you mean? You said that I back away from the Big T? I don't know what you're talking about. Now, Coach Prime does have a little ego. I mean, but most people that are great have a little ego. Because you got to have an ego to believe the crazy shit that's going through your mind. I think Coach Prime put the transfer portal will not be in the shortcuts. Hold on. I got to stock the roster. Or 17 ATOs needed to be. Well, all right. So I think the reason why Coach Prime hit the portal so hard now because he came in late and he had to hurry up and just try to make a change before Shadur was out of here. But if y'all notice, every year he's getting more and more high school guys. Every year. So next year, if everything stays the same, he's gonna have a bunch of high school guys. He's gonna have probably like 22 high school guys on that roster that he brought in. I think the first year they had 7 guys, and I think this year they had like 12 or something. And like he bringing in a little more. So he might have like 22 high school guys now. Next year, if he get bringing another class of 12 or 15, now, you know what I'm saying? Now your high school, you got to build that high school up. You can't get a lot of high school guys that's ready to compete. They said only 3 5-stars started last year, and the other 14 5-stars, they got time like McLean. They got time here and there. They didn't just start. So you can't really just recruit out of high school and expect to live up to the expectations, y'all. And you're right. You're right, Vic. It's getting old going to homes and all that kind of stuff. Like, we on a new wave now. We on a whole new wave. And I know how it is with me. When I'm on the road, it's a lot of stuff I can't do at home. When I'm home every day, I can get so much more stuff done. Like if I was home every day, I could give y'all so many more videos. But when I'm on the road, I got like right now, I got 5G right now. So I can give y'all a video now because I got good reception. Y'all saw the other day with me and Promo, we were trying to make it happen, but we started lagging and stuff because I couldn't control stuff. When you home, you can get a lot more stuff done. And visiting, going homes for real, that's played out. Like the reason why people used to visit folks back in the day because you want to look them in their eyes and see them, see the family and everything, and kind of see what's going on. Now you can do a Zoom and you can see everybody. You can look people in their eyes. You can talk to them. You can see the parents. But look how much time that saves you. If you try to talk to a dude that's a standout player in Miami, and another guy in Ohio, and another guy in LSU, Louisiana, and another guy is in Georgia, that's every day you got to be on that plane. If he's recruiting real hard, he can send out them Zoom links or whatever. He can talk to all these people in one day. All four of these kids, he can talk to all of them within 2.5 hours. Hell, you just getting on your plane 2.5 hours if you flying to go see kids. So you can get so much more done if you're not doing home visits, y'all. I'm just keeping it real. Now you're right. What happens if you give me a boy? I'm gonna send him back a man. All right. With McLean's situation, she didn't give him all the way. She was right there with him. She didn't just let him go. She was still there holding his hand. She got to let him go and trust the process. And everybody ain't gonna pan out. Everybody won't pan out. Some guys gonna fight you. Some guys ain't gonna pan out. I mean, the same thing with Nick Saban. Nick Saban had a lot of guys that would transfer in and out, and all these guys that was transferring out with Nick Saban was like 4- and 5-star guys. A lot of these guys transferring out to Colorado right now is a lot of 3-star guys. So we gotta keep that into perspective. That's why the McLean situation was so big. But even with McLean, let's say this right here. Even with McLean leaving, and we say it didn't work, he's still a household name right now. Like, everybody in the country know this dude. I'm gonna check my man Barry out. Hey Barry, dog, you be on your stuff, Barry. I can't sleep on you. You said you didn't like what Kamani mom said. Kamani mom said, she said she don't want her son at a school where he is just tolerated. She said she want her son to be at a school that wants him. And I get you. I think the reason why Colorado stopped wanting him is because he wasn't turning that page fast enough. Yeah, because Coach Prime wanted him. I think he wanted him, and then at some point it changed. He was like, okay, you kind of starting to waste too much time now, bro. And some cats can't get it. Some cats take a little bit more time, and you heard what Coach Prime said, I'm trying to win now. So if you ain't on that type of time right now, he got to move on. You're right. Coach, he did chew him out of there at the press conference last year. He was kind of done with him last year too. It kind of like he had kind of like gave up on him a little bit. But after that, he played him, and I think he kind of played him just to show everybody, like, okay, I'm gonna play him. We out of the playoffs now. I'm gonna play him so y'all can see what I see. I don't think he played him because he was so confident in him. I think he played him because he was like, I'm gonna put him out here on the field, and y'all gonna see he ain't as great as y'all think he is. And like, honestly, he was out there. He did decent, but he didn't do like, he wasn't like Travis Hunter. Now, he didn't get drugged now, but he wasn't like just better than everybody else. But the reason why he spoke on him at the press conference, because so many people kept asking him about him and just kept on. So it started. That was like the third week when they was asking about him. So it just started getting on your nerves after a while. Yeah, I don't know about the competition. It's like on one hand, it's kind of like they want competition. Then on the other hand, they want the people who they want to be great. I don't know. We gonna see this year. with the new defensive the new defensive coordinator. Oh Lord, but I got a pulled muscle in my side. That shit hurt. Oh, nobody ain't pushing the narrative if you leave prime your career's over. Like I just to start this conversation out, I was like, where y'all think these other guys gonna go? And I think McCaskill can go back to Houston and finish what he started. I think McLean gonna go to Florida State and make a bag of money. And I think he gonna do good at Florida State. Because I think Florida State head coach a little more lenient. I think Florida State head coach is like, look, as long as you here and you ready to play and you help us win, I really don't care what you do, just don't embarrass us. You got like how Florida was. Florida led a lot of, now y'all gotta understand the state of Florida, man. Florida, they call that shit the crazy state for a reason. Stuff that go on in Florida is different. Like it's a lot of weird stuff that go on in Florida. I don't know if it's because the heat or what, but a lot of people in Florida, they just get used to like moving crazy. And there's just so many people move like that, you just get used to it. You get used to it. It's kind of like living in a trailer park, but the whole state of it's like the whole state of trailer park. So you don't know what's gonna happen when you walk up in there. And so if he go back to Florida State, they're gonna be used to all the foolishness. They're not even going. And I know Prime came from that, but Prime tried to separate himself from that because he saw how a lot of his family and friends did stuff, and it didn't make you prosper in life. Uh, uh, yeah, like he didn't really chew him out. He just addressed the reporters, man. He just said something to the reporters. And appreciate y'all for the likes. He just said something to the reporters. Oh man, you from Russia? Mm-mm. Well, appreciate you for watching, man. Hot clock. I don't know how y'all talking Russian. Russia talk a little different. Y'all be wrestling bears and stuff. What you mean he's singing out I got you. I see what you're talking about. Rudy just like to argue. Rudy sometimes Rudy be talking about something. He got a point, but he I don't know, Rudy. You be reaching sometimes, Rudy. Now you're right. Coach Prime do get mad. When people start saying stuff about his personals or whatever, he get mad real fast. Hey, Barry, I don't think he was a great tight end. I think he was a decent tight end. Yeah, that's why I ain't really mad about him in the portal. I ain't really mad because he didn't show up. Like I didn't see him show up at all. Um, but I think he would have did good for us in game situations. I think once we got all our other wide receivers, I think he would have been a good check down guy. I think he could block. But I never seen him really block nobody for real either. So I don't know. He didn't show me a lot. I'll say that. He didn't show me a lot. Yeah, you're right. I agree with you on that. He was not ready last year. McCaskill was not ready last year. He didn't have that confidence. He was still testing out his leg. And I thought Coach Prime did him right last year. But he was like uh, when he told him, like we want the whole show. We don't want just a commercial. But this, I feel like everybody's gonna play. I'm gonna say this right here, and I might be dead wrong on this, but I feel like if McCaskill would have stayed, he would have got his touches. He probably would have got maybe like 80 to 90 touches on the year. That's running the ball and pass catching. And he probably would have had a decent showing. He probably would have had a decent like 6 yards of carry or something like that. And he probably would have had maybe like 5 touchdowns. But what he was used to, he got 16 touchdowns his freshman year. So he want those kind of numbers. But if he got them 5 touchdowns and he would have had like 6 yards of carry doing a pro day, I think a lot of guys with a lot of NFL teams gonna be here to see Shadur, see Travis, and they would have seen him. They would have seen him. They would have had one of the biggest turnout for a pro day in a long time. So now, all these guys that's gonna do their pro day with Shadur and Travis, the scouts gonna see your numbers too. They're gonna see what you do. And if your film matches up with your numbers, I think a lot of these guys would have got on the team. Especially with Coach Prime and all them vouching for you, saying you did what you're supposed to do. I think he still would have got on the team. Now this is the only thing I will say about their camp. I think they might be I think they might be aiming too high. Like a Heisman run, all that kind of stuff. If you're thinking like that, if you're thinking like going in the first, second round as a running back coming out of Colorado, even like the position of running back itself has died in the NFL. So even if you're a standout running back, it's hard for you to go in the second or first round now. So I think they got to kind of change their expectations. But I understand why he want to give these teams some good film to show that he's back, and he feel like if I got to share with 4 other guys, I won't be able to showcase my skills. Uh, oh, you're right. You're right, Diggs. Kennedy did have 22 on. That probably was Kennedy on kick. That was Kennedy on kickoff. You're right about that. Same thing out I can't think of my man's name. Dang, I don't know why I can't remember his name, man. And I say his name all the time. The dual threat kind of guy. He had number 36, and they called him Savion one time. I don't know. I can't remember his name, man. Hey, you're right. Miami stuff only work when you win. That Florida stuff, that stuff only work when you winning. And you got to be winning big. Mm. Hey, y'all keep it respectful in the comments. Y'all don't start fighting in the comments. Rudy, the one thing I say, he did call him out, but like he called him out after the reporters kept pushing him to call him out. So he tried to run away from it for a while, but they kept on edging at him, and he finally spoke on it. Oh, you saying the Dubose? That's how you said Dubose, the Alabama guy. He already committed to Georgia, but he's still going to Colorado for a visit. That's different. Now that's how it is at Georgia, y'all. At Georgia, it's a lot of competition at Georgia. Y'all, it's a lot of competition at Georgia. Georgia, way worse than Colorado when it comes to having guys there that's good and they ain't playing. Uh, yeah, yeah. You say Prime say he looking for another quarterback, and he gotta say that. He gotta say that. He better keep saying that. I didn't think the quarterback for Kentucky was a good fit. I think he should have went to San Diego. And I'm gonna say this. I don't know if he got hurt, but the quarterback brother, he was showing up. I seen him last few practices, but today's practice, I didn't see him. I don't know what happened to him. I won't say that, Carolina boy. I won't say the whole staff need to get fired. Because I love what Sapp doing and that offensive line coach doing. I like what that wide receiver coach doing. Um, I'm not too high on the linebacker coach right now or the DB coach right now. uh, uh, Allen was a baller back in the day. Allen, I don't know if Al told. See that? See, look. See, hey, y'all, look. That's B. Thomas starting this up, y'all. Look at B. Thomas. Look at B. Thomas. B. Thomas also is Al told fiance pregnant. When I saw them pictures, I thought about that, but I didn't see no real pooch like that. I didn't see no real pooch like that. So I don't know. But they look like a good couple though. And y'all go follow that man, McCaskill. Go follow that man. He should have way more followers than that, man. He only got like 9,000 followers on IG. You talking about Prime had 22 recruits year one and 10 year two. I thought he only had 7 guys out of high school year one. Now that's one thing that we got to say too. the guys that they brought in year one, are any of those guys servicing to make some real? The only one I know is Omar Miller. Miller's getting some, like he looking like he gonna compete, but I don't see nobody else that they hit on out of the high school that first year. Yeah, I think he gonna go back to Texas, man, to be close to his girl. I think that too. They like they was in love. If you look at the pictures on IG, they got some nice pictures, and they look like them wedding pictures of them. And they got a different little look to them, like they doing some kind of celebration. No, I can't say Dion don't have a plan. And see, my my belief, Dion plan is to get Shadur drafted really high, to get Colorado out of debt, to get Travis drafted very high, so he can get another big. If he get Colorado out of debt, I think Colorado can redo his contract and sign him to a more lucrative deal. So if he gets Shadur paid, Shallow paid, Travis paid, and some more of these guys he brought in, if he get like 6 guys go to the NFL, he get Colorado out of debt, and then he get a big long term deal. I think that's Dion playing right there. Once he get that long term deal, now he really can take time and put the pieces together like how you want. He don't got to worry about getting fired. Then I think y'all gonna really see how great he can be as a coach. But right now, his goal is to get Travis and Shadur and Shallow a chance at being high draft picks. He trying to do family legacy, man. If y'all how he got into this coaching and all this was because of his boys. But I think the dream has manifested into something else now. He's seeing the possibilities. Okay, after my boys leave, I still love dealing with kids, and I got something good here. This is a lucrative situation I'm in. I'm gonna really take advantage of it. So I think that's his plan, y'all. Uh, yeah, I need to get me some being gator put on my side right now. Shit, I ain't gonna be home for a minute. I don't know when I'm gonna be sitting in the tub. Time I can't go with you on that time. You said Florida and Texas has the best football players for sure. I can't go with you on that, partner. Georgia, Georgia and Louisiana got some dogs, and California they iffy. Florida and California, and Texas, they supposed to have the best players because they got so many people. Them and oh, is it Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania got a lot of people too. They state really big, but Georgia and Louisiana, for their size, Georgia and Louisiana put them out there, boy. Pound for pound, Georgia and Louisiana got the best players per capita. Georgia's number one, but Louisiana is right there. Hey, I'm with you, B. Thomas. Hey man, I wanted Kennedy the ball, man. I wanted him the ball so bad. Uh, hey, Sean Taylor was somebody special. Allen, you can't say that, Allen. You can't say Colorado ain't a place to go for players to develop. I mean, if you going to a school and you trying to go pro, they got to develop you though. They got because pro is always the next level. So they got to. I understand what you're saying. They got to be coming. They got to be ready to go. But everybody need help, and that like that D line with Sap. Look how Sap talking to them guys. It's way different from how Nick Williams was talking to him last year. Nick Williams was doing his thing, and he was an assistant. Like I don't know if him and Sap. Well, they got. I don't know how they the names behind it or whatever. But I seen Nick doing a lot of pushing and getting people hype and stuff like that, and he was showing them some technique and stuff. But Sap is techniquing, boy. He's showing them boys everything. He teaching them everything. Like I'm watching the videos, and he in there with them now. He's showing them, and he can feel it. He can feel what they going through with their body. He like, look, man, you gotta get that arm through there. I'm watching him. He's showing them, and they absorbing it. They hearing what he's saying, and they can understand. Sometimes coaches will tell you something, you like, huh? How the hell am I supposed to do that? And I'm listening to Sap. Sap like, hey, them some big boys now. You gotta be ready now. You gotta make a decision quick. You gotta do this or you gotta do that. You can't do both. So he teaching. You got to have that. You got to have that, Allen. You got to have that. But I understand what you're saying though. Now, Allen, right? Colorado is ran like a pro organization. They got an NFL mindset with all them guys they got. They got an NFL mindset, and that's why that like with the transfer portal coming in and out like this. That's how it is for the free agents, and the free agents come in and out. People get put on practice squads all year long, and they get pulled up from the practice squad. They get cut from the practice squad all year long in the NFL. Hey, I'm with you, Diggs. The whole story on Camardi is not being told. There's some stuff being left out, and I think Coach Prime is protecting him. Like I could tell Coach Prime, it hurt Coach Prime. He kind of like, I wish that young man the best, and like I wish I could have reached him and changed something, but I couldn't do it. So you know that when you don't connect with a person, though, it's hard. Like I've seen it's a bunch of ladies that was bad. They were bad, and I was like, ooh, woo. And I couldn't connect with her though. Our brains was just different. Where I saw the world and what she saw the world different. I wanted to connect, I just couldn't do it. And I think that's why Coach Prime was with him. He thought he was gonna be like Travis, but he just got his own mind. You can tell him and Travis got a different kind of spirit. Travis got a aggressive kind of spirit, and I think a lot of guys that come to Colorado, they got to be non-sensitive guys. I think sensitive guys, when they go to Colorado, it's going to be harder for them to prevail. You got to have real tough skin to go to Colorado. Now, Allen, you right. Some players you can't develop, or you have it or you don't, but you still teach like Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens had ability, but he didn't have he wasn't technically sound. So when he got with Jerry Rice taught him a lot of stuff. So he was able to get the most out of his abilities. Like the same thing with Alonzo Ball. Alonzo Ball had great gifts, but his shooting, it was okay. It worked when he was the best player on the field, on the best player on the court. But once he got around other guys that could play, he had to change his shot. And they were saying how his shot was when he would shoot, he would go across his face. So if you're going across your face, you blocking your eyes from seeing the rim. That little half a second, you can't see the rim. Because he just shoot like this right here. And they were trying to make him shoot like this so you can still see. So little stuff like that can change your game. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know if I'll make it playing for Coach Prime because I get sensitive sometimes. I got sensitive the other day when them boys jumped in the port. I was mad, folks. I was mad, dog. I was mad. Carolina boy, I see what you saying, but you just trying to pick. You know what she's saying. And you kind of throw that record out there, that 4-8 record, dog. You know they just changed everything around. Y'all harping on that record like how people harp on Jordan record about how he them 6 championships, so he the greatest. But Jordan without Scottie Pippen, he ain't win. So people try to hang that. Like Scottie Pippen had a better record than Michael Jordan, right? But Scottie Pippen to me was the best overall player. Michael Jordan had great talent and he got the green light. But Scottie Pippen could do it all. Scottie Pippen was like the first, kind of like LeBron. But he had a green light like LeBron got a green light. Oh, you say he just released a statement? What was on the statement? You say Kamani just released a statement. What did he say? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say the transfer portal is the real reason why teams can't develop players. I think sometimes the transfer portal is good for players because some players are going to get stuck with a coach that don't know how to coach for real. Or you might be on a team, your coach leave, and you stuck on that team. The transfer portal it's helping a lot of people out, man. And Nick Saban just know now if he have a guy that he's developing and Ohio can buy him out, now, okay, I'm putting in all this work with these players, and now they can go to the highest bidder. I think that's what Nick Saban didn't like. And he could convince guys to come sit on his team and not play. It's more than I think it's more than the transfer portal with Nick Saban. I think it's more NIL with Nick Saban. Because Nick Saban know he ain't had the money to pay for them kind of rosters he had. He'd have to have like $30 million to pay for them kind of rosters that he had. So he can't keep all them guys. I think that's the biggest thing that got Coach Prime mad. I mean, Nick Saban in a bunch. And that's what his wife said. His wife said they ain't worried about if they going to get developed. They worried about if they going to get paid. Get paid, young nigga, get paid. Boy trying to get money. Hey, you right. Hey, you right. Hey, Louisiana now. I recognize who Louisiana is. I know y'all got them boys down there in Louisiana. That boy say McLean was cut to free up that NIL cap space to go out. Oh, shoot. You might have said something now. and get a high-profile linebacker out the portal. Watch. Uh-oh, you said something. You said something, Willie Mack. Nobody ain't never said that. Nobody ain't never came to that angle before. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I mean, because I'm going to tell y'all something. If you want to see a championship team, if you see a championship team, I'll show you a good D tackle and I'll show you a good linebacker. You show me any championship team, I'll show you a good linebacker. Because a linebacker control offense and the run and the pass. They control so much of the field. They can oppose their will. Like they can cause so much just havoc in the pass game, in the rushing game. A linebacker is needed. If you get a core linebackers, why you think the Steelers always they got a bunch of linebackers. They stay loaded up with linebackers. You see what they did in free agency? They went and stole a linebacker from Baltimore. They're like, look, we need that boy over here with us. Cause I think he had 2 picks and maybe a fumble recovery or a forced fumble against them. Like he was a problem. Thomason was like, look, we need that linebacker over here. So if they freed up some cap to get a player that's buying into the program better and to get a guy that can affect the run and because I'm gonna say this, I'm worried for Bentley, and I don't think Trevor Woods is the answer. Maybe on third down, Bentley a good blitzer, and Trevor Woods can get in the pass lane. But when they try to run the ball down your throat, the linebacker we lost that went back to Florida State, we lost them because of money. And he was a run-stopping machine. And that boy said the running back coach and the linebacker coach got to go for sure. Now, the porter is being abused. I ain't going to lie. The porter is being abused. Dang, you said Kamani thanked everybody in a mama, but he did not mention Prime, huh? He did not mention Prime. Now, they didn't have the best of relationships. So he did thank the coaches. He thanked the coaches. He just didn't say Coach Prime name. Like he didn't put it on a pedestal. He just said, I want to thank my coaches. So if he said thank my coaches, that's Coach Prime. Coach Prime is one of his coaches, dog. We can't. Y'all reading too much into this. It's over now. And I don't even understand why they got to do those statements. Do coaches do those statements when they leave? I haven't seen a coach do a statement when they leave. Oh, he thanked Coach Livingston by name. Maybe him and Coach Livingston had some personal one-on-one moments. Maybe Coach Livingston thought he had him reeled in and he left. Like, I don't know. I don't think they cut him to free up cap money because he said he wasn't going nowhere. He said he wasn't going nowhere. I just think it wasn't a good fit, y'all. Um, I think y'all read too much into this, man. I think he just want to go back to Florida, man. Like he want to be around them Florida boys. Florida boys got a different kind of energy, man. Florida boys, Florida boys, Georgia boys, Louisiana boys, Texas boys, they all got their own kind of energy. And Colorado is like a melting pot of everybody. And I still didn't even see him hanging out with the Florida boys like that. He was kind of like a aloof. You're right. I think he a better zone guy than he is a man guy. I think he is. I think he need to go to a school that play a lot of zone. Now you said something right there. You said something. I mean, it was a good little bit of Florida boys in both. It was about 20, about 22. I think we got more Texas boys there. And the reason why I say melting pot is because most times the current state has the most players. The state that the school is in had the most players. But since Colorado don't have a lot of talent coming out of there, they got to pull all their players from everywhere. Hey, hey, you say he was done with the circus, but I'm gonna tell you what a circus does. That's the big lights, baby. That's the big lights. The circus pulls in a lot of money. The biggest show in town. Damn, you heard Coach Prime scheduled a one-on-one meeting with him. He didn't even show up for the meeting. That's just disrespectful. Allie, can we quote you on this, Allie? Where you getting this from? Y'all bringing out some new stuff tonight now. Y'all bringing out some new stuff tonight. I ain't never heard none of this. Oh, he was late getting to Colorado his freshman year. It was after yeah, that was true. He did show up kind of late. That was the first red flag right there. That was the first. Well, that when they was working out, that little trash workout they were doing wasn't good. My win prediction this year is 8 wins. 8 wins. I'm gonna stand on that. Last year I said 6. I was down by 2. So I'm saying 8 this year. Yeah, his mom was out there with him, man. His mom was out there with him the whole time. But I know a lot of parents do that. A lot of parents, they love them. They coddle their kids so much they don't want to let them go. Allen to my 9-3, 10-2. If they get if they get 10 wins, that's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I can see that. A lot. You see a lot of guys, a lot of people that played D-ball in Louisiana didn't even have Colorado on their radar. I can see that. And I mean, that's a whole total like change, man. You don't want to go to college and not have fun. Man, stop. Can't talk about some. He heard Coach Prime invited McLean out for lunch, and he ordered like $500 worth of food and only ate half. He said he'll take the rest home for his man. You just lying, man. Like what kind of restaurant they gonna go to and order? Coach Prime wouldn't even let you order that much food. Coach Prime stingy now. That's one thing I know. He's stingy. Okay, all right. I wish I wish we'd have got that cornerback, that Denver cornerback they paid for Texas A&M. I wish we'd have got that guy, man. I think he would have did what we wanted him to do. I know he had issues too, but hell, I think he would have did what we wanted him to do. Yeah, I can believe that they had the same issues in high school, but they tolerated it. Now, I think whatever school he go to, they're gonna talk to him and like, look, man, if you come here, we're gonna expect this, that, and the third. But but it's pain. I think he gonna continue to make different kind of decisions. I think he's just a different kind of guy. Well, just when I look at him, it seems like he just gonna do whatever he want to do. That's how I feel. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. But hey, y'all, I'm finna jump off here, man. I've been on here for 2 hours, and I gotta do another live with somebody else. So I'll see y'all on the flip side, man. Y'all be easy, man. Hold on, I'm gonna get this last one in with Diggs. Tiger, I told you the whole story ain't adding up. Yeah, you're right. It ain't adding up. All right, bye, y'all. Peace out. Appreciate you, Cam.